Hello, welcome to another Warhammer Wednesday. I didn't know this, but back in the day, Marvel released a magazine slash comic for Heroquest. How did I miss this? And I found out about it a few years ago. And since then I've been trying to track it down. Still haven't found a reasonably priced physical version, of course, but I do have a PDF copy now, so that's nice. I mean, originally it's £1.50, as you can see here. Definitely not going to be £1.50 second hand now. Yeah, so what did we get? You can see it got a free hazards pack included in it, and a load of other stuff. I think this is the cover is from the art from the Orc expansion for Heroquest. But let's have a look. Let's go through it. We shall have a look. So this is the inside cover. You have Your Quest Begins. If you want to pause it at all and read any of this, this is just like a little bit of introductory fluff. So that's pretty cool. Wanted hero, this means you. This is the barbarian fighting off against the Chaos Sorcerer. And I believe, yeah, this is a little bit of sort of background in the area and a bit of a story. There's some little short stories in here, but I can't remember if this is it or not. I have read it, but I want to read it in more detail a bit later on. I think I'm printing this out actually. You get a bit of background fluff here. Normally looks, you can see here, looks like dwarven women not seen above ground. Yeah, so this is all about the background of the Heroquest world, or really the Warhammer world. This here. So yeah, what this is effectively explaining the background world, and then getting you all hyped up to play the game. I really wish I did have this as a kid. That'd have been great. I love fluff, reading fluff like this. The monstrous regiment introducing the minions of Morcar. Again, that's a great picture. I believe that's from one of the expansions as well. The Lich King. And yeah, this is the story. I knew I'd sort of come across the story. I love this goofy late 80s, early 90s art that Games Workshop used to do. That used to be in White Dwarf, stuff like that, and even in the rulebooks. I used to love it. Yeah, so this is a little short story, so which is great. Can't have too much short stories and, well, fiction set in this world. So if you want to pause it. So all the art is, I don't think there's any new art commissioned, it is just ripped straight from the game. You can see here, it's the Fimir, Zombie from the cards. This here, you can see it where the Fimir and the text is overlaid. I always looks a bit amateurish to me, the actual layout. You don't really see stuff like that nowadays. That's something that a fan would do if they're doing a fan-made content, or as in something I would do. A zombie hippopotamus? Wow, I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna have a read this, but you can read it too if you want to pause it. So again, these are all the minions from the art from the cards. So I guess what this story is going to be is introducing all the different types of horrors you're going to meet. The Chaos Warriors training. I would imagine though this is probably non-canon for Warhammer. This is probably sort of something Marvel have thrown together just for Heroquest. So there could be contradictions to what we know of the Warhammer world, so not worried about it. It's some new monsters. Several new monsters supposed to be added to Heroquest. Yeah, so we've got Skaven, Rat Ogre, White Seer, and a Troll. These are probably taken from the White Dwarf articles. I recognise these from that. Paint your wagon, Orc. Yeah, so this has got a painting guide, and again, I wish I had access to this, because I had no knowledge of painting miniatures back in the late 80s and early 90s. My miniatures, I didn't even undercoat. I didn't even shade, highlight. It was just a flat colour. So if it was a green, like goblin green, I'd paint that and it'd just be that, and I'd wonder why it never looked any good. The Citadel colour paint set there, the top one with the big cross-arm demon, that's what I used to have, and I still have paints from that set that are going strong. Unlike modern paints that dry out just by looking at them. So I wish I'd had this. This would have been a great little set. Oh man, that Chaos Sorcerer Wizard is great. The detail, mine's actually quite basic. I actually only painted my Heroquest set last year before, and I'm already thinking of stripping it and repainting it because my painting has come on since then. Or maybe I'll just touch them up, add to them. I'll have to have a think. But yeah, this is all to do with painting. Here we go, undercoating. That would have been well useful. Shades and highlights. Washes. Yep, really wish I had this for information about shading and washes. Ah, inks. You know, even until sort of just recently I didn't know what inks were for. I just used to use them as washes, but you know, not doing anything with them and wondering why it was all shiny. This is nice though. I might zoom into this a bit. Just to have one look at the miniatures. Boo, get off. Don't like 40k. But here's the colours you wanted. The dark green, you'd base with woodland green, shade with green and black ink, and highlight green. That would have been well useful. That is still useful now, in fact. I might keep this because I'm still on. I still refer to the paints as these colours anyway, so that'd be quite useful for me. Well useful. Yeah, more 40k, get rid of it. Don't want it. Sure, there's nothing wrong with the game, it's just sci-fi doesn't interest me, that's all it is. So guns and space and pew pew does not interest me. That's all it is. I'm sure the rule set's very fine, I'm sure the models are fine. Yeah, cool, I like that. The old brush 2 feet, paint a layer of glue, sprinkle some always sand. Old school basing. The reason I'm actually reading that is because I'm getting into 5th edition. I actually want to base like you would in the 90s. Better 90s base. Revenge of the Weatherman. New Heroquest scenario. Love that title. So yeah, so you get a new Heroquest game to play, which is great. Well, not game, but you know, adventure. This is always good. There's the board. So, I guess hopefully you would have realised if you wanted to play this as a player, not a GM, to stop watching. Otherwise, forget you've seen this map and stop watching. Here we go. If you're a GM, have a pause, have a look. There you go. Some more stuff here. What we got here? Ability to summon. Ooh, summon undead. Oh, wandering monster, Death Reaper. So you even got a new monster in this. Oh, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Just gotta love that. New hazards. So here we go. So this is new stuff you can throw into your dungeons just to add a little bit more interest. So what we've got. Mystery chests. Put in any room when players open one, roll a combat die. If you roll a black shield, the chest is booby traps. Yeah, that's cool. Trap chests. Wall of Death. Use this in large rooms. As the character enters room, door shuts behind him and it's possible to open except with the genie spell. So that's interesting. Trapdoor. Open trapdoor will release a monster. There we go. I think maybe the trapdoor should have had some sort of reason for the players to open it. So otherwise, after a while, players are going to get used to trapdoor. We won't bother with that. It's just going to be a monster. So I think there should be maybe like 6 instead of wandering monsters. Draw 2 treasure cards or something to make it worth it. That's what I would do with that. The Zombie Lair. Innocent looking tomb opened into a zombie lair. Roll you die. Get a load of zombies. That's amazing. Mystic Cloud. Place in any room. When the players enter the room, the Mystic Cloud will attack them. Cool. Portcullis. Oh, Warhammer Quest players will know this. Portcullis can be used to block the way. Yep, of course it can. And those, yeah. So I think that with that one, that's the only thing I'd change on that. And here we are, being Marvel. You're gonna get a comic, you know, aren't you? You're gonna get a comic, and I love this. In fact, I'd love to have seen more Heroquest and Warhammer Quest comics. It's that typical late 80s, early 90s sort of Marvel art style, which I like as well. Got some Conan comics from the same sort of era, and the artwork's quite similar in that, and the colouring and the lining. So here we go. I would say the dwarf here is looking a bit green in that top one. He's alright in the panel underneath. So here we are. We have a little comic called United We Stand. You know, look at it. It's beautiful. Yeah, we'd love to have seen more of this. Maybe a regular thing. You know, the popularity of old school dungeon crawlers such as Heroquest, I'm surprised they haven't re-released this, or, you know, done a little mini-series. Especially the last decade, the popularity of fantasy movies. You would have thought they would have tried to hone in on it, but oh well, whatever. Zombies and mummies. Oh, look at that. Decapitation. Yeah, dwarf just punching a zombie. Yeah, that's brilliant. I think we're going to dwell on this art for a bit, because it is just wicked. Oh man. Morcard, Master of Dark Magic. That's what he looks like. I'd loved a mini of that. Wow. Spearing an orc. That is amazing. Back then, they didn't really hold back, did they, on there? Not sanitised in any way, which is nice. By Rodger's blade. Fuck. Yeah, oh, this is just amazing. Well, this actually looks like the Sepulchre Guard from Warhammer Underworlds now. There's a skeleton in that set that looks like that. It's pretty cool. I'm sort of leaving it on long enough so if you wanted to, I don't know, pause it, screen cap it, zoom into it, you can have a read of it. It looks like a better version of Doctor Doom. I should point out, as well as not being into sci-fi, I'm not really into Marvel superheroes. I am just a pure fantasy and horror geek, really. So I've gone back a page. But yeah, so I like sort of the look of Doctor Doom, but you know, the fact he's in a superhero sort of world doesn't interest me, whereas that's great. The Heroquest merchandise, yeah. A guide to the huge range of spin-off product based on the best-selling board game. Well, some John Blanche artwork there. I think that was used in the cover of the Castle Drakenfell's Warhammer roleplay book that came out in '92. Believe. Looks familiar. We got a bit of. So yeah, it's going on about the Return of the Witch Lords expansion, Keeler's Keep expansion. It's got expansions. Got both of those. Nice. Computer Scan. So it's about the Heroquest board game, which I incidentally want to get played on the channel soon. So look out for that. I'll probably play the DOS version, I think. I used to own the Spectrum version, and I had it on Atari ST, but I'm going to play the DOS version just because I think it's the better looking version in hindsight now. Yeah, Heroquest Adventure Design Kit, never owned that. Never owned it against the Horde or the Wizards of Morcar, but I am thinking of, like I've been doing Warhammer Quest, putting together my own homemade version, finding like scans of stuff, printing them out, getting the models, finding alternative models to use, etc. So I'm thinking about doing that for both of those, so I can have those. High Adventure, written by Dave Morris. Yeah, I need to get hold of this book. I haven't read this. Again, I really wish I had this magazine. I didn't actually know any of this stuff apart from the first 2 expansions was available back in the day. So upsetting. If I could build a time machine, I wouldn't bother doing all the important stuff. I'd go back to little me and go, shh, little you. There's loads of cool Heroquest stuff out there. Go and buy it. Buy 2 sets. Sell the other set on eBay in the future. And then retire on the profits. or something. Yeah, so I'm going to track down this Fellowship of the Four book. I have seen it on Amazon for about 11 quid for a really tatty copy. Might be worth it, and I'll have a read. Sticker album. Damn, I used to collect stickers as well. Sort of Merlin and Pinani, I think it is. The other one. I used to collect those for different things. Never saw a Heroquest one. I would definitely have that. And the Advanced Heroquest paint set. Just missed all that. It's competition. Someone's filled it in. So if you want to copy this off and send it in, you might win this. What will you win? First 5 winners win Heroquest board game, the computer game plus the expansions. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. Even the next 5 winners get the board game, the book, the Ogre Horde, and 2 expansions. Bloody hell. Competitions were amazing back then. I mean, that there is the top prize sort of nowadays. Well, the top prize nowadays probably just get the board game. Was bloody hell. I like the fact that we get back out. You can tick which version you want. Damn, back then it would be Spectrum cassette for me. Yeah, and on the back here is the hazards pack that's mentioned. So you'd print this off, cut these out, and they give you different things. So still worth it now, really. Still might cut these out, print them out onto a chipboard, just to expand my Heroquest set, which I'm turning my attention to soon. I had that. That's in there. An expansion, so I've already got that. These here are from the coffins and the chests, and the portcullises are from Advanced Heroquest. I'm assuming the explosion is as well. I can't remember. Circle of Power, useful. And then advert for Spider-Man. So of course there is at the back cover. So I'm going to go back to page 1. While we do the outro. So that is a look at the Heroquest magazine. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. So I'm thinking of printing it off myself, so I've got a physical copy, sort of buying it and having a read. So that's what I'm going to get up to now. So that's it for this week's Warhammer Wednesday. Hope you and your family are all safe and well. And until the next video, guys, please take care.